Hi, I'm Dr. Ellis Lorenzo Webster. I'm an otolaryngologist or ear, nose, and throat surgeon. And it's good to be here. My background is I was born in Anguilla, which is a little island in the Caribbean, and went to University of the Virgin Islands in St. Thomas, and then that's in the Virgin Islands, and then went to Yale Medical School, did my residency at University of Iowa, and now I'm here in Palm Beach County. How I ended up in ENT is interesting because I graduated from high school. I was 16, and I got a government scholarship to go to Trinidad to become a dentist. And after doing that for a while, it became monotonous, and I decided I needed to do something more interesting to me. I went to medical school, and I thought I'd be a general surgeon because there's so many options when you go to medical school. In medicine, there's so many ways you can get there to help people, and that was my motivation. I wanted to help people. And I got in, did my general surgery rotation, and didn't like it as much as I thought I would, and did a rotation in ENT. And I mean, because I was familiar with the anatomy from dentistry, immediately I was attracted to it. I liked the finesse work of doing ear surgery, sinus surgery, and then the brute force work of doing head and neck cancer surgery. And so I think that was a good mix for me, and a good mix of medicine and surgery. But the thing about it is, coming to Palm Beach County, I felt that I should be able to give back to the community some of what I had learned and the opportunities I'd been given. And so I started out in Belglade, which is one of the underserved, underprivileged parts of Palm Beach County. And I was able to do ENT over there, and that brought me great satisfaction. And I felt that it was necessary for the people of Belglade and those surrounding communities to have access to a well-trained, caring otolaryngologist. What got me interested in medicine was when I was 10 years old, one of my uncles who had traveled outside of my home country brought me back an anatomy text. And that became like a Bible to me, where I was able to study it, and that attracted me to medicine because I felt, as a doctor, I could help people, I could interact with people at different levels, and be able to improve their well-being. And so doing it would make me a better person, and that's what my motivation was. And I think that anyone who is interested in helping people, that going into one of the healthcare professions is a good place to go. You don't have to become a doctor. You can become a nurse, you can become a physical therapist, occupational therapist, a chiropractor, a dentist. And there's so many fields, healthcare administration. But the one thing about it is that once you've committed to helping people, you have to give it your all. You can't go in there, and just be mediocre. You want to do your best, because when you have a person's life in your hands, you are basically given that opportunity to help them. And so you study hard. You commit yourself to it. Get involved in different clubs at your school, in the community. Be involved in community projects. And these are necessary because when you apply to college, the things they look for is not just a good GPA, good SAT scores, but they want to know that you're a well-rounded person, that you have committed to helping out, to be a member of a club, to be a leader. And it makes you the person that they want to improve that school community, because they're looking for students who are going to improve their community on that campus setting. Also, applying to medical school, you want to make sure that you've visited the schools that you're interested in. You want to make sure that you are familiar with where it is, and also you want to know that you want to fit into that community. And so it's important to visit the schools. It's important to talk to people who have gone to those schools. And it's easy now to find an alumni association, to find persons who have gone to that college or to that university, and you get an idea of what that is. Also, you want to talk to different specialists who are in the fields that you may be interested in. And like this healthcare symposium today, and T. Leroy Jefferson also has a health fair, which is an annual event. That is where you learn to meet people who are in the different fields in medicine, and you learn information that you wouldn't get necessarily in your high school program or your middle school program. And it's also, church groups, just civic organizations. It's easy to get involved. And that's important because, as I said, the goal is to help people. My background also goes in that I got involved in politics, not just because I wanted power, but it's more because I feel that in that position, you're able to get involved in policy making, to direct the way communities should be, that how to help, and whether it's in healthcare, to make it better, education, to give better access, to broaden the horizons, to diversify, to do things like STEM, science, technology, engineering, and math. Because in our underprivileged and underserved communities, it is necessary that if we want to compete on a global scale, we have to have access to these disciplines. And so what I meant by that is you don't have to just, if you become a doctor or you become involved in healthcare, you don't have to just become tunnel visioned and say that's where you spend all your time. You have to have other hobbies. And mine, as I said, is involved in policy making and trying to make the community I'm in better. And I also like sports. And so, I watch a lot of sports. I used to play sports when I was younger. Now I've become a couch potato, so I'm looking forward to things like March Madness and the NFL and Super Bowl and basketball, but it gives me an outlet. Because, there I can, in sports, you also get to meet people, you become part of a team. And teamwork is essential in medicine specifically because it takes everyone involved, say, in the operating room. You have the surgeon, the anesthesiologist, the circulating nurse, the scrub techs. Everyone has to be part of that team and working in unison to make it better for an outcome for that patient. Because remember, as I said earlier, the patient's life is in your hands, and that is the highest order that you can be given is to take care of a person. Thank you.